Welcome back to Bearcave Watch Reviews. I'm your host, Papa Bear, and today we're going to be taking two similar icons and comparing them to see which is a better deal. Today we're going to put up the Invicta Pro Diver 8928 OB versus the Pagani Design PD-188 or the Bluesy. Just to be clear, these watches were not sent to me. They are both part of my personal collection that I purchased. So this will be as unbiased as possible. As always, I will give you the pros, the cons, and my overall thoughts about the watches, and I'll let you know if they get the seal of approval. Before I get started, I just want to make sure that I say this. This is going to be somewhat of an unfair review or competition, mostly because Pagani has had 10 years to improve things that Invicta should have done. That being said, I'll be as objective as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one, put it aside, do the specs, and then I'll bring the other one out, do the specs, then we'll go side by side and see how they do. Okay, and now the new kid on the block. This is the Pagani PD-188 in their Bluesy. There's going to be some differences, so let's start with the movement. This has a Miyota 8215. It's running smooth. It's got a nice sweep. I think it's just as good as the Seiko. I haven't had to have it serviced, but I've only had to watch less than a month. So it is stainless steel, signed crown, 120 click unidirectional bezel, which you can hear a little better. It's got the pip on top, which does light up. This one is 43 millimeters. So let me put this over here. It's 43 millimeters, so it's a bigger case. The case thickness is 13 millimeters. The same lug width, 20 millimeters. Water resistance, this says it's 330, and it does weigh considerably more because it's bigger. It just has a really nice look. And as you can see, the Cyclops is there, and we'll talk about that too. So I'm going to put them side by side and also show you the packaging and go from there. Okay, so let's start with the Invicta packaging. I have lots of Invicta boxes. I just picked this one because it's pretty much the same one that came with it. This is an older one. It's not the cardboard one. I mean, it's got the pleather on it. So it does look, even though it's a little worn out, it does look and feel better. It's got a thick pillow, all the paperwork in there. It does have a polishing cloth, which is nice. So in that case, Invicta looks really good. And this is the Pagani Design box. This is a different box than what they usually send in their watches. So when I got it, I was really surprised. It's a little bit nicer. It's got the cork and then just the foam insert. And in there, I have the extra links and whatnot. But in this case, I just think that the Invicta box looks better overall. Size-wise, this is better because I can put them in my drawers easier. But overall, I'm going to say Invicta wins the packaging deal. Okay, so let's start with the things that I love about the Pagani. Number one, when I opened up the box for this, I was blown away by how nice it was. The ceramic insert is really sharp. The indices are very nice. And the Cyclops is 2.5, which is awesome. Also, the bracelet is way better. on the Pagani. It's a proper milled one, solid end links. You can see the movement, and it has a diver's extension, which um, really is great for me because it let me have the perfect fit for it. So that really stood out when I got this watch. I mean, just you look at it and yeah, you think you're wearing a Bluesy. And I don't care whether I'm wearing a Rolex or not. I don't need the coronet to feel special. I just like the look of the watch. You guys know that. So that's one thing about this one. On the Invicta. One thing that I do love about the Invicta, the size is perfect. It's 40 millimeters. I've always worn 40 millimeters. Yes, I have a couple of watches that are a little bit bigger, but usually 40 millimeters is fine. It's got the Seiko movement, which is great because that's everybody's using it. The blue dial is beautiful. It actually doesn't always look blue. It looks purple in some light, and it just gives off a great look. The indices are smaller, and the counterbalance on the second hand is different. So, and yes, it's a Bluesy homage, so it's going to be great. Now, the two-tone is fine. I've had this watch a long time, and I don't know if you can see, but it's just a little worn there. So let's talk about something that I absolutely don't like about Invicta. Cheap bracelet. They've had 10 years to make the better bracelet, have solid end links, and they don't. That's really annoying. Also, the Flame Fusion, or whatever they call it. I mean, they call it Flame Fusion. It's a mineral crystal. They've had 10 years to catch up and do sapphire. I don't know why they don't. And the lume. Trust me, I'm going to put the lume just to show you a little. You can barely tell. So, on the Pagani, which is funny because Pagani does not have great lume, it's about the same. So without the studio lights off, just take my word for it. But that is a big thing. Also, like I said, solid end links, sapphire crystal. These are things that you just now come to expect on a watch in the budget tier. You know, this is coming out of a factory in China. This is coming out of a factory in Florida. And you would think that by now they would have the same things. and it's not a huge deal breaker. I've had this watch, like I said, a very long time, and I still wear it a lot, and it's fine. But given the choice between sapphire crystal and flame fusion, this guy's going to win. So keep that in mind. Things that I don't like. The sizing on this one does take a little bit of getting used to because it's 43. Like I said, it doesn't look bad, and I'll put both of them on my wrist in a minute. The things that I don't love about this one, like I said, the bracelet. This is an older model, press clasp instead of proper milled. There's no on the fly adjustment on the Invicta, but again, that's not something that was standard before, so I'm not holding that against it. The Cyclops is only 2X. Again, not a huge deal breaker, just something that I look for in that. So let me put them on and show you how they look. Okay, so this is the Invicta, which you can tell is smaller. Doesn't wear as high. Fits me great. And I love it. It's a very nice looking watch. I wear it plenty. I've worn it so many times, people always compliment on it. So let's do the Pagani. All right, so here's the Pagani. Much bigger. I mean, not much bigger, but big enough. It does have a little bit more wrist presence. Also, I think because the ceramic bezel is a little bit bigger, it does wear a little bit higher. But look at the bracelet. It just looks so much nicer. I do have the diver extension extended on it. And I mean, it just takes a little bit of getting used to the size. But overall, beautiful watch. I'll put them side by side again so we can take a look. All right, so here they are side by side. You can definitely tell the size difference. But the color match and the gold, pretty similar. Overall, they both look great. They both feel great. And when I decided to make this competition, I knew that there was going to be a little bit bias as far as Pagani having 10 years to do stuff that Invicta should have done. So now comes the big question. So the question is, would I give them the seal of approval? First of all, I would have no problem with either one. The biggest issue, like I said, Pagani's had 10 years to improve on things that Invicta should have done. Um, both of them are great. They both look good. There is a little bit of a price difference. I know that on Amazon you can get these usually for about $75. The Paganis are a little bit over 100, sometimes 100. So you just have to take that into consideration. If the sapphire crystal and the solid end links make a big difference, the Cyclops, those are things to think about. Would I give both of them the seal of approval? Yes. Let me put that there. Let me put it here. Whatever. Yes, they would both get the seal of approval. Reason is they're both uh, inexpensive watches. They both look the part. Um, I don't want to spend $15,000 on a Bluesy. Um, I didn't even want to spend a lot of money on these. So I've had this one for a very long time. I know I got it on sale, and this one I got at a really good deal. So like I said, they are both uh, are great looking watches, and they look and feel just like the Submariner that they're homages to. So if you are not following me on social media, I would love it if you did that. I'll put links in the description. I'm going to put links for each one of these. I'll try to find the least expensive version. I know that right now Pagani is having a sale because it's Black Friday, but by the time you watch this video, it probably won't be. So anyway, it's just one of those things where if I was to say who the winner is, I'm going to go with the Pagani. Again, they've had 10 years of training. It's like in Rocky where you had an old Rocky versus the Russian who was in the best shape of his life. And even though the Invicta is awesome, those little things make a big difference. So I think when people are spending, 20 or 30 extra dollars, they want to get that quality. So in today's battle, let's just let the bear do what the bear is going to do. The winner by knockout is the Pagani, and it was a good attempt by Invicta. I have, like I said, I have no problem recommending this watch. I have it in 4 or 5 different color tones. I actually got a new one this year from a family member whose father passed away, and they gave it to me as a gift. So, still a great value for money, especially if you're new to the watch game or just want a good beater. These are going to be fine. If you want something with just a little bit more, then the Pagani is definitely going to be a winner. And there will be another video that I'm doing which goes over other competitions between not just Pagani and Invicta, but Addis Dive, Steel Dive, which I just got, and I have a San Martin, all the Submariners. They're all automatic, so we'll be testing that one too. So right now, this bad boy is the winner. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate it. Again, if you know somebody who's a watch person, send them over my way. You can always use the extra subs. Follow me on all my social media, and we'll see you next time.